Hello, I'm Park Seni, your psychological mentor. Today, I want to share with you a story that actually happened. I believe this story will be very helpful to you. It was also very helpful to me. It's a story about two brothers whose father committed murder. After drinking, the father stabbed someone in a bar and ended up being sentenced to life in prison. He had two sons. The first son ended up exactly like his father. He got drunk in a bar, killed someone, and had to spend his life in prison. The second son, on the other hand, became a lawyer, had 3 children, and built a happy family with his wife, living an admirable life as a role model in his community. So when a broadcasting station found out about this, they became curious and decided to interview the two brothers. They did it in a documentary format. During the interview, they asked, "Why did you end up like this?" The producer asked both brothers, and then both brothers gave exactly the same answer. "Wasn't it inevitable that I would end up like this under a father like this?" That's what they said. It's exactly the same thing. What the first brother meant was, with such a terrible father, what else could I have learned except to go astray? That's what he meant. So, with a father like mine, such an absurd father, how could I have turned out any differently? That was the meaning behind his words. For the second brother, the words were the same, but the meaning was different. But deep down, growing up under such an absurd and misguided father, constantly witnessing his wrongdoings, didn't I have no choice but to keep thinking that this is not what a human should do, that it's truly wrong. So I had no choice but try to live my life properly. Everyone is so different, isn't it? These two brothers came from the same womb, but the way they think is completely different. It's some kind of thought between heaven and earth. So even though their words were the same, when you look deeper, their inner worlds are completely different, as if the two brothers are living in entirely separate worlds. One of them just made excuses, saying there was nothing he could do because of these circumstances. But the younger brother, despite everything, thought carefully about what was right and what was the proper path, and he shaped his life accordingly and achieved it in a remarkable way. Everyone, this younger brother is truly admirable. I've always been like that too. Whenever something happened to me, there were always good aspects, but also bad ones. And even when it seemed like there were only bad parts, there was always something good as well. So instead of simply judging things as good or bad, before I become truly wise, before I become someone who has realized the truth, it's better to just ask. So I would go to people who have proven themselves much more than I have and who live their lives in a more admirable way and ask them whether, even in situations where it seems like only bad things have happened to me, there might have been something good as well. I may not know what positive aspects I should focus on in this situation, so I would ask someone wiser to please teach me. Please let me know. In this way, you need to learn about that aspect. So, maybe when I become truly wise in the future, I'll be able to see everything clearly. But until then, especially for younger people, it's important to seek out wiser individuals, teachers, or those who are qualified, and ask them, "I've really suffered because of this, and it seems like this is what's holding me back. But is there perhaps anything good about this part? Even if I can't really see it myself, if you ask, as someone wiser, could you please tell me?" Then even though you might not feel it at the time, that person will likely know something positive beneath the surface, something you can apply to yourself. Wise mentors will always point things out in that way. So rather than thinking, because of this experience, I did something wrong, you should consider what lesson you can learn from it and how you can become even better because of it. Even if it means using your mentor chance, so to speak. Always be proactive and seek help from others. Asking someone who has already succeeded is not something to be embarrassed about. It's completely natural. The person who can't bring themselves to ask is the one who is foolish, unfortunate, and ends up living a difficult life by just becoming more stubborn. Alright, that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. Always stay strong. See you next time. Thank you.